Professor Snyder, you've made a long study of this. What is this conflict really about?
It's fundamentally about the rule of law. It's fundamentally about the desire of Ukrainians to live in a place which is not corrupt, to live in a place where they know where their children will go to school, where they know they won't have to bribe people. That's what they mean by Europe. They believe, many Ukrainians, most Ukrainians believe they're governed by a corrupt regime that's enriched itself at their expense, and then in the last few weeks has unjustifiably used violence against them. That's what this conflict is fundamentally about. Of course, on both sides, there are now other actors who are very highly engaged, and in the Russian case, probably over-engaged.
This, to an outsider, looks extremely serious. When you have scenes like this on the streets of a capital city, it looks very bad indeed. I mean, is this a defining moment, do you think, Professor, in how this confrontation is going to be resolved?
Well, this is as bad as it's gotten. I mean, this is as bad as anything has been in Ukraine since Ukraine became an independent state almost a quarter century ago. This is the worst moment of violence in this series of protests. I'm afraid things could still get worse. The problem with today's choice to use violence against the protesters is that it's going to put Yanukovych in a position where he may have to choose whether or not to double down. It's really unclear to me, as I think it is to most observers, that this is going to work. And if it doesn't work, what's he going to do next? What's the next move then? Do you use more violence, or do you begin negotiations? So this is as bad as it's gotten, but I'm afraid we have more turning points ahead of us.